What about keeping good people? This is a really big thing there. Is like when you look at a team, is there anything you would encourage around keeping good people?
It's so funny. Like the team side is so similar to the sales and marketing side. And I'm going to share something. A lot of organizations, especially in the software as a service space, spend all their time and effort on trying to find new people than they do retaining clients. And so they've got this huge engine that spends a fortune just trying to bring in what they call like new logos. And then they've got this tiny little engine that supports the people that are already on the inside of the camp. And I see this all the time with teams where they spend a huge amount of time, they pay recruiters, they do everything to find like a talent that fits into their organization that has the skill sets they need, and then zero time, to the extent of almost neglect, maintaining them, making sure they actually want to stay, making sure that you align to where they're trying to get to in their career, etc. And it's sad to see because it is actually easier to keep them on the inside of the camp than to go and find another one because of the sunk costs of recruitment, time for them to understand the organization, the cost of someone else trying to train them up, etc. And so this is one massive gap that a lot of businesses struggle with. And I think it's because it's almost like they think the work is done. It's like, well, I recruited you and this is a fair exchange of me paying a salary and you doing the work. So we're good, yeah? We be Gucci. It's like, no, it's not. You have to continue to maintain, have to continue to ensure that they are still getting what they need out of it. There is still a human being that has aspirations, career goals. They want to learn new things. They want to potentially have higher salaries. They want to do these things. And as a business owner or even your managers that you got in place, they have to support them on that. Or otherwise people will just churn out the back door.
Completely. I'll go further than that. I want to acknowledge that in a lot of cases when we hire people, it's like our role evolves as business owners and then we're off doing other things that it's easy for this to slip through the cracks. I will put my hand up. I hired an excellent employee in my first agency and I didn't look after them well. I basically ignored them. I just expected them in your terms. It's like, I'm paying you, you should want to be here. And I think that was a terrible mindset on my part. Yeah. I'm going to go into some things that I've really noticed make a difference here is that I'm going to broach the pay thing first. If you hire someone and have gone through you're just paying them way too less, like you're really trying to be a Scrooge McDuck, if someone's personal needs aren't being met and they can't look after their family, like they're going to leave. You've set it up from the get-go, right? So as much as I don't want the conversation to be entirely about money, because that's not what retains good team, by the way. I know plenty of people that have quit very high-paying jobs because of the way they were being treated in an organization, right? So it's like, it's not directly money that forces people to leave, but I think if it's directly too little money, it can. It definitely can. So Jackie's doing a good job here where she's paying above award or at award or whatever is relevant. I think that's a really good thing here. Like pay fairly, I think is an important thing to broach. Second thing I'll say is that I see a huge reason why people leave is actually stress, work stress. And where that can come from, in my opinion, is when organizations aren't organized. So unreasonable workloads, not using project management software, not having reasonable meetings or meeting structures and cadences. Because if it all falls out and your organization is chaos, if that's someone's daily experience, they end up burnt out and then they want to quit. Right. So I think those things have to be addressed in a huge way as well. And I'll even go further than this. I think sometimes business owners price things really poorly. Right. So they've priced their services poorly. They then put a lot of pressure on their teams to be overly productive and achieve these massive outputs, because if they don't, they're not profitable. And I think that's a bad nature, and that's your responsibility as a business owner. Right. The idea is that you want to have a business where you're creating enough profit and workloads are reasonable so it's sustainable. Like who wants to work in an organization when you're killing people? And I know of a person who runs an organization. They got salespeople, and sorry, I just spilled a little bit of water. I just got to wipe this up here quickly. Whoops, my bad. But the point I'll make is like they're in sales and they're expecting people to make 300 calls a day. And I'm like, what a recipe for someone to want to churn. I'm like, that type of role is built into a churn. So I look at that, I think that's a really important thing for keeping people is making sure the roles are reasonable, that things are organized and represented in a way where day-to-day life can be enjoyed. I really do.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all, and you want to dive deeper into creating wealth inside and outside your business, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the description right now.